Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Long time no see. I haven't recorded a yoga video in a really long time, so I'm excited to bring this to you guys in real life. Today we are going to be doing a Yin Yoga practice. Yin is a great practice because it helps lower cortisol, it helps increase hyaluronic acid production in your body, which is something we normally buy and put on our skin. We're going to kind of increase our body's natural production. It helps loosen everything up, reduce stress levels. It's great. What makes Yin practice unique is that you're going to be in poses that can be somewhat challenging, and you're going to hold them from 2 to 5 minutes. Today we're going to hold them about 2 to 3 minutes, but it's all about kind of meeting your edge. So when you first come into a pose, you're going to meet your edge. Go right up to that edge, and then hold it for that time. When it's about halfway through, I'll let you know, and it'll kind of, you tell your brain, okay, we're halfway there, let's keep going. So without further ado, all you're gonna need is your mat and some comfortable clothing, and we'll go ahead and get started. So the first pose we're gonna do is called Badaknasana, or butterfly, whatever you would like to call it. You're gonna bring the palms of your feet together. We're gonna start with your hands and your ankles. You want a little bit less than a foot between your heel and your pelvis, or maybe right at a foot, but you don't want too much space. And we're going to walk ourselves down. You want your back to be straight, hands flat on the mat. If this is as far as you can go, this is where you're going to hold it. You should really start to feel your hips opening. If you can come kind of all the way down while maintaining a flat back, great. If not, that's totally fine. So go ahead and make your way into this pose. Go all the way up to your edge. So meet the point where you really feel your hips engaging, you really feel the muscles stretching. You're not gonna cry, it's not painful, but you feel the stretch. And we're gonna go ahead and settle in. And all throughout this practice, I want to make sure that you are maintaining those deep breaths. Sending your breath into the places that might feel extra challenging. Just keep breathing. Sometimes these types of practices are harder than movement practices because it really requires you to just kind of settle in, and that's something a lot of us have trouble with. I know I do. I don't like to just kind of hold a pose. My dogs are being so noisy. I do apologize. Let me let them out. Maybe that will increase it. Keep holding. You're halfway there. Try to maybe see if you can take it a little bit deeper. Who else has dogs? If you have a dog, drop it in the comments. Let me know. They are their own children. Okay, you have about 30 seconds left. Continue to breathe through this. You got this. Take advantage of all of the benefits of this pose. And then we're going to take 3 super deep breaths to let our body know that we're about to move. And then you're going to walk yourself back up. Okay, let's go to our next pose. It's called puppy pose. It's a big heart opener for me. This is actually a really challenging pose. So again, we're kind of coming up until we meet our edge. So you want to push yourself until you really feel it, but don't go past that point. So if you're someone like me where this is really challenging, breathe through it. Don't push yourself too far, but also make sure you challenge yourself. So the way to come into this is you want your knees underneath your hips. You're going to walk your hands out forward, and you're going to go ahead and sink your forehead and the chest to the mat. Make sure that your hips stay over your knees here. This is a big chest opener. Really open your hands, plant them on the mat, and breathe. We won't be here as long. You got this. Maintain that breath. Keep going. And take 3 deep breaths. And go ahead and slowly walk yourself back up. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, we're gonna come to sit back on our booties. And we're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. You, again, take this as far as meets your edge. So for me, this is where I max out on flexibility in this way. So extend your legs out. You're always welcome to sit on a blanket or a bolster to kind of lift your hips up. And again, just like Badaknasana, we're gonna walk ourselves out as long as our spine is flat. So for me, this is as far as I can go. You should feel this in the bottom of your hamstrings. Maybe take a bend in the knee to protect the back of the knee. And go ahead and settle in and start those deep breaths. You can flex the feet, protect the knee. Don't forget the breath. You're doing great. You're almost halfway, so if you want to try to sink it a little bit deeper, go ahead and do so now. Doing great. Let's go ahead and take our 3 deep breaths. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Awesome. We're gonna move into Pigeon Pose. So we're gonna do both sides. We're gonna start with the right leg forward. Sorry, my camera setup is not perfect today, but that's okay. So the easiest way to get into this is you're gonna come to all fours. You're gonna pull that right leg forward so that the right knee is at the right hand, right foot is at the left hand. Make sure that your hips are squared here, so kind of adjust as needed, and then we're gonna walk ourselves down. You can come to your forearms, or you can maybe rest your head on your arms, whatever feels good in your body today. But just send your breath into those hips and commit to this pose. Let me scoot back a little bit. You don't need to just see my booty. Try to relax every muscle that you're not using. Halfway there, keep breathing. Take those 3 deep breaths, letting your body know that we're gonna move. And then you're gonna walk yourself back up. You're gonna push back onto your knee. Step that right foot back, and we're just gonna go ahead and take a moment here. Maybe notice how one hip might feel differently than the other. Take a breath here. That can be a really intense stretch, but you did it. We hold so much tension in our hips. I always try to do a lot of hip stuff in yoga because we really want to open that up, let all of that tension, that negativity, everything we hold in our hips, I want to let it go. So you're going to go ahead and take it to the other side. So again, you're going to want to come into all fours. You're going to pull that left leg forward, left knee to left hand, left foot to right hand, square those hips up. And then go ahead and walk yourself out, let everything else go. Halfway there, keep breathing. Ignoring my dog who plays very loudly. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it going. Take your 3 deep breaths. And walk yourself back up. Awesome job. We're going to make our way to our backs. We have one more pose and then we're going to finish in Shavasana. So go ahead and make your way all the way down to your back. And we're going to come into happy baby pose. So the way you do that is you are going to, it's super attractive to do on camera, bring your knees to your armpits. You're going to thread your arms through your legs and grab the outside edges of your feet. And you want to actively be pulling those knees down as if you were doing kind of a squat position. So go ahead, grab this pose, pull those legs in, meet your edge, and then commit to settle and breathe. Halfway there, we're not going to be in this pose as long. You got this. Keep that breath up. Great job. Take those 3 deep breaths. And then go ahead and pull those knees in. Give yourself a big squeeze. Great job. Today we're going to finish in Shavasana. So you're going to extend your legs out long, hands open out at the side, palms to the sky. You're going to tuck those shoulders underneath your chest. Close your eyes and kind of let everything go. Just let everything you did settle in. If you have the time, I invite you to stay here as long as possible. But if you need to get back to your day and your life, thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I hope you found it refreshing. The light in me bows and honors to the light in you. Namaste.